Hi there,
Hi there, welcome to the launch edition of Homestyle Happy Hour. I'm JJ.
And I'm Sue.
And we're so glad that you're here to join us. We're going to open a bottle of champagne. Sue?
Let me do the honors, JJ.
To celebrate our launch edition. And Homestyle Happy Hour is a relaxed, fun, and somewhat tipsy interior and garden design discussion. So tune in Wednesdays at 6 o'clock to get your design dilemmas dealt with finally. Email us in advance and we'll answer the questions that you've been dying to ask. Grab your favorite cocktail and your favorite friends and let's get started. Every edition will be giving you a new cocktail. Ooh.
Party on, JJ.
A new cocktail of the week recipe and a new design tip of the week. And they'll be posted by Thursday mornings on the blog. So it's Homestyle Happy Hour at blogspot.com, of course, because you're there. Look. We've got our cheap Pour White Trash little plastic glasses. Cheers.
Cheers. And cheers to you all out there.
Never a bad time for a good cocktail. So
never.
As we're drinking champagne this week to celebrate our launch, we thought we would start with a recipe for a Kir Royale.
My personal favorite.
Is it?
Yes.
That's your very favorite?
That a lot. Yeah. That or my martinis. Those two.
Okay.
How do you really feel about that, JJ?
So the Kir Royale, again, we'll post the recipe tomorrow, but it's pretty damn simple. Excuse me. So start with your glass of champagne, like 6 ounces of champagne, and there seems to be a bit of discussion on how much creme de cassis you would add to your Kir Royale.
I don't like too sweet of a drink, so I only prefer 1 tablespoon.
And I would put more
like
than
2.
that. Sure. And then you could drop a little sugar cube and watch it fizz up, and that's the traditional.
Too
sweet. That's the traditional Kir Royale. So we're going to start with that one this week, and next week it'll be something a little more complicated, perhaps. So we'll also be providing a design tip of the week.
And what's our design tip of the week this week, JJ?
Our design tip of the week is, okay, let's read this. When sampling paint colors in your home, use 2 coats of paint and make the sample at least 12 inches square and put the sample on more than one wall. Then look at it with the lights on, the lights off, different times of the day, draperies open and closed, and most of all, live with it for a few days before making a snap decision. Very important.
And here's another little tip. There's a Benjamin Moore store in the Raleigh Hills Shopping Center, and they sample every single color they have on the paint fan.
Oh yeah, so does Kaleidoscope Paint.
Oh, do they?
Do you know where they're at?
No.
Kaleidoscope Paint is, if you're in Portland, Kaleidoscope Paint is a Benjamin Moore, retailer, and they're down by Environmental Building Supply and stuff like that.
So that's in the
lower
southeast side. And this is on the southwest side, off of Beaverton Hillsdale Highway and Shoals Ferry Road.
And they sample every one of the Benjamin
color.
Moore colors, and you can buy a little 4 ounce, and that gets you pretty far. Just put a big square on the wall.
Yes.
Not
and
some
do
little
2 coats, not one where you see the other paint coming through. 2 coats.
Turn the lights on, turn the lights off, close the draperies, open the draperies, and live with it. Just try it for a couple days. Don't go, oh, I hate it. Because you may not really if you live with it for a couple days.
Right. So. Especially if it's really significantly different from what you have now, which, like if it's just white and you're doing a color, it's going to feel much more intense. Live with it for a while.
It's just
Am I right?
You are so right.
Thank you.
Always so right.
So do we have any questions this week, JJ?
We do. We do.
Aren't you glad I asked?
Yes, so glad you asked. Okay, so our first episode here is going to be a little light on content. Wait, sound effects.
Would that be crickets chirping in the background?
Crickets chirping. Thank you, iPhone. But we do indeed have our very first question. So, what is that first question? Let's re-ask. What is that first question?
What is that first question, JJ?
So glad you asked. Our first question is from Nita.
Nita.
Miss Nita, and her question is... Okay, here it is. Hello, design team. I have a large rectangular bedroom. Though painted in warm colors, the room is not cozy. One wall has windows and the opposite wall has 2 doors. I have a bed and TV across and 2 large plants.
Okay, so let me say this. We did... Go ahead, JJ. Sorry. Did I interrupt?
Any suggestions to make the room cozy? Thank you, Nita.
Now? Now may I have a quiet word?
Sure.
Okay. She didn't specify which walls the doors and windows were on, so we don't know if those are the long walls, you know, in a rectangular space. But I'm going to assume they are, that there's windows on a long wall and doors on a long wall.
She's assuming.
Yes.
Okay, so the question is, then we need to know like what kind of furniture is in the room. So we're just going to assume that what she says is all that's there.
Right.
That's it. So if you have a bed and a TV across and 2 large plants, it sounds like you desperately need some nightstands or side tables.
And just more to make it cozy.
Yes. Yes, more. And a dresser, 2 upholstered chairs, or a bench at the foot of the bed, or
window treatments.
Ooh, an area rug. Window treatments.
Yes, window treatments.
Major
and
window
a bench
treatments.
perhaps at the end of the bed, or a pair of benches.
Or
you know, 2
stools.
stools. That's what I mean. Smaller.
Or across the room. I think that there's so what I'm picturing in my head, that there's a bed here, and there's this big open space,
And the TV
and the
at the
TV's
other
at the far,
end.
so it's like too far away.
Yeah.
So you could even float. You could float the bed. Oh, I saw this recently. It was very cool. Where you float the bed closer to the TV, and then behind it, you almost create a separate room. Like you would put up like a curtain or a folding screen or something to separate the space, and then you could make like a dressing area back there with a dresser and a chair and a mirror and a vanity or something, or like a special reading area with 2 chairs and
Right.
a light, so that you cozy up the space. You make it smaller because maybe the space is just too big and there's